Hello, I'm John Barboza, and you are watching Hypnotism 101. April is Stress Awareness Month, and there is no one that is immune to stress. We all experience and handle it differently, and sometimes we don't even realize that we're stressed. And so it's important to have a month that is dedicated to educating us about the dangers of stress and how to recognize and manage it. A few years ago, when I was at a hypnosis convention, I attended a presentation given by a colleague named Dr. William Horton. I remember being very excited about what he was sharing with the audience, and I thought I would share the experience with you. So before we begin, I want you to take a moment to think about a problem you have, something you're working on. Think of a problem you would like to solve. As I have you thinking of that problem, I'm reminded of a story, a documentary about the first person who went into space. His name was Yuri Gagarin. Think about that for a moment. He was the first person in space. He's strapped on the top of a rocket, a bomb, a controlled explosion, a rocket that takes a huge amount of power to get you into space. Everything has to go perfect. It needs to be controlled, or it can go really bad. So he realizes the odds are 50-50. He could die, but he's doing it anyway. He had that type of courage. Do you have that type of courage? So when the rocket went into the stratosphere, he was the first person to leave the Earth and see the Earth for what it is. Usually the one thing that all astronauts realize is the smallness of the Earth and how fragile it is, and that we're fighting over nothing, petty, insignificant fighting over a line in the sand. He's the first person in space, the first person to experience weightlessness, floating in space, and it's silence. And what happens when it's really quiet? Do you start thinking? This is why people put on music, so they don't have to listen to the inner dialogue. He saw his life in a different perspective that no one on Earth can see in space. When you look down at the Earth, your perspective begins to shift. And he realized, how big is your problem? It's just a line in the sand that means nothing. You see things differently. He could think the thoughts he needs to think and enter Earth a different person. You're the only you. You're the only one. Even if you're a twin, as you grow and have different life experiences, you have a different life because you alter your DNA with your thoughts. So if you could be that cosmonaut and go into space and see yourself differently, begin to realize that problem right now. Think about that problem, but imagine seeing it from space. What can you do different that you can do down there that would make the change different from up here? Only you know. But you might be surprised and delighted that later today, as you re-enter yourself, because you will be going in and out of hypnosis as you do all the time. Sometime it's just going to click. You're going to begin to notice. And I'm not sure if it will happen by the end of the day or today, but pretty soon, what's going to happen is that problem's going to go to the part of your mind that used to be true, and now it's not. Think about something that used to be true, but now it's not. I used to live in the south end of the city, but now I live in the west end. The fact is, I used to live in the south end. That's not true. It's back here. It's no longer true for me. It used to be. Now it's not. Now I live in the west end of the city. So if you think about your problem, if you put it back there, it used to be true, but now it's not. The only option is to be the person you need to be to overcome that problem. So if you flip it back there, you'll be delighted how easy change will be. You don't have to go into space to experience space. We have it. If you look at the magical quality of life, it's phenomenal. Today is the day. Now is the time. This is the moment. Today is the day. Now is the time. This is the moment. Today is the day. Now is the time. This is the moment. It's my life. I can do it. And I can enjoy it. I'm John Barboza, and this is Hypnotism 101.